Okay, so I'm gonna be doing my January wrap up right now, but really fast before I do, Ashley over at Faithfully Moonstruck, I'm pretty sure that's it, is Faithfully Moonstruck. She's doing a Harry Potter read along. I forgot the exact details of when it starts, but it's gonna be like now-ish, like February through March or April or something like that. I'm not gonna be participating because I don't have my copies of Harry Potter with me and because I have so many other books to read. But she is doing that, and so I'm gonna post a link to her video below where she announces it so that if you want to, because you know, everyone always wants to read the Harry Potter book, so you might as well do it together, right? Oh yeah. Okay, so I mentioned in videos, I don't know, I was like slumpy this month. I wasn't really feeling too good about myself, so I'm really happy with all the books that I read. I finished 3 books, 2 novels, 1 nonfiction, and a graphic book, like a comic book type thingamabob. So the first book that I finished this month was Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafon. This was a December read for me, so I talked about it in my December wrap up, but I'm gonna like start doing the month that I finish the book is the month that I'm gonna talk about it. So I just wanted to mention that I did finish this about a week into January. I thought it was really, really excellent. I gave it a 4 out of 5. The next book that I finished is The Psychopath Test by Jon Ronson. This is a great nonfiction book by this journalist, Ron, that's uncomfortable. John. His name is John. This is his face back here. And it's just him kind of getting sucked into this world and talking to all these crazy people. So I thought this was super, super interesting. I will post, I don't know if I already said that, but I'll post my video where I did like a more in-depth talk about it in the down bar thingamabob. And then the next book that I finished was Salem's Lot by Stephen King. This book was great. I also gave this a 4 out of 5. This is about this gentleman named Ben. I hate it when you can see the glare. I'm going to do this. This gentleman named Ben who goes back to this town called Salems Lot that he lived in briefly when he was a child with his aunt. And so he goes back. He had this really like intense, I guess you would say, intense experience in this one specific house called the Marston House. And so it goes into like the backstory of that house a little bit, and he's trying to write a novel about it because he's an author, which I might not have mentioned. He's an author. And so he gets there at the same time as these 2 other characters do, and shit gets crazy. Like crazy and intense. I really enjoyed this so much more than Carrie. I thought this was so good. It's really gripping. You're like very intrigued. I was reading it with Alex, who I'll also link below, and I thought it was really funny because I was telling one of the girls that I was in class with, like we were trying to kind of read it together, so like 1 part a week. And so I had finished the part, and then I was reading something else in the meantime, and she was like, "What? How can you do that?" Because it is very gripping, and you want to continue. But I was trying to stay on the schedule. But this was amazing. In particular, I really enjoyed the chapters about the lot. Each chapter is kind of broken down like into different people. I don't know if you can read that. So like this is Susan. That's still Susan. The lot. Danny and the others. Hopefully you didn't like accidentally read words that spoiled anything for you, but the lot chapters I thought were amazing. There's really good character development of the actual town in those chapters. You don't really get to know too many of the characters like really in depth, mostly Ben and a few others that I won't mention, but there's some other characters that are like more main characters, but the chapters in the lot, or the sections in the lot, each one goes into a different, you basically get like a little flavor of all the different characters that live in this town, and it really paints a good picture of living there and what it's like to live in a small town. And I just thought it was so good. Kudos, Mr. King. It was very, very good. And then the last thing that I read, the comic, is Saga Volume 1. I finally jumped on the bandwagon. I thought this was absolutely amazing. I gave it 4 out of 5. I don't know. Ever since Goodreads, or not since Goodreads, ever since BookTube happened, I've been rating things like lower. I used to give things like fours and fives, and now I'm like more in the three and four. So if I like something, it's a three, and if I really really like something, like love it, if I love something, it's a four, and then only if it's like life changing do I make it a five. So I don't know. These books might have been rated differently for me in the past, but I thought this was absolutely amazing. I loved it. Gave it a four. It is very very graphic. It is like really graphic. I wasn't expecting so much sexual stuff. I guess people had mentioned that, but I don't know. It was intense. Like blood wise, I mean, people die, but it wasn't like too intense. It was mostly like the sexual stuff that I was just like, whoa, can't read this in public. I thought it was amazing though. I'm excited to read the rest of them. I don't know when that's going to be though. I'm trying to limit my buying because I have so much. I have so many books. There's really no point of me spending money when I have so many. I'm a hoarder. Collector, I mean. So depending on like what I'm gonna give myself an allowance like for food and gas and stuff, and if I have money left over, okay, if I decide to buy a book instead of eat, I'll probably go with the second volume of this. But yeah, that was it. So I will hopefully remember to link everything that I said I would link, because sometimes I forget. But anyways, if you posted a video January wrap up, please let me know. I am super behind on videos, so I'm like 4 days behind, kind of, I think. I'm trying to catch up. But yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to. Comment, please, because comments are fun. I like talking to all of you. That's why I do this. So, bye.